Salutations, greetings, and many great hellos. This is Cottonmouth255, the Spore Serpent, back for more Fossil Fighters Champions. Now, I'm here in Treasure Lake in a special area called Bonehead Hollow, and basically what it is, it's the inside of the skull in the center of the lake. Normally you can only find 2 fossil rocks here, and they'll almost always be jewel rocks, although I have found some pretty rare stuff in this hollow occasionally. Also, I believe this is the area in which you unlock the special event that allows you to get one of the special Vivisaurs called Salada. But I wouldn't know personally because I've never activated the event, and I probably never will. Before we actually continue on with the storyline, though, I want to briefly show off a feature that I talked about in the last recording session. Now, this is just a summary of what you need to do, your FP stuff, how much money you have, basically all about you. Fossil case, the different items you have, and then this shows off all the Vivisaurs you have in your VMM, and I briefly wanted to show off how you can see each Vivisaur's attacks. I briefly showed this off in the last recording session, but essentially you click on an attack and you get to see it being executed, which I think is a really cool feature, and it will actually let you viewers see what is going on the top screen, or catch a glimpse of it anyway. So yeah, pretty interesting animations going on. So yeah, that's my Tricera I'm showing off. Then there's my Dimetro, which has 3 skills because he's at rank 5. There's his Dimetro Fang. His Dimetro Whirl, which I think is a really cool looking attack. And my favorite, not the most powerful though, Dimeteor. Yeah, I definitely think it's an interesting one. And then I also have Goyle and Thalasso. I'm just going to briefly show off their attacks because I'm going to be using these 2 for now. As I continue to dig up Vivisaurs and eventually work toward the ones that I want for my final team. Because you probably remember in my original Fossil Fighters playthrough, I actually used several different Vivisaurs at the beginning of the game and then eventually replaced them with other better Vivisaurs. So I'm going to be doing the same thing in this game. Thalasso's Spiral Wing is essentially the same thing as Quaddlus's Wing Cutter in the original game. So, anyway. So we'll return to town using the VMM's teleport function. Back to Ribular Town. Now we have to head toward the Jungle Labyrinth, and it's right over here, down this path. Welcome to Jungle Labyrinth, the Knotwood Forest of this game. And right off the bat, we see something unusual. Oh, right. Hello there. So sorry to bother you, but I appear to be in a bit of a pickle. Hunger gnaws at my belly, you see, and I fear the only cure is a delectable melon spud. A single one of these sweet subterranean spuds would have me up and about in no time. Ah, but the melon spud is a clever beastie. Where could it be hiding? I say, I sense a melon spud buried right near this spot. You'll spy a vibrant green sprout that marks the location of the precious melon spud. Now be a good egg and find it for me, won't you? Else I fear the end is nigh for this old codger. So yeah, Guy's obviously British from the way he speaks, but I'm definitely not going to be doing any British accents, because I'm pretty terrible at imitating voices. With a few exceptions, I'm able to do Digger from the Guardians of Ga'Hoole movie quite well. Anyway, rambling aside, this right here is the melon spud bouncing up and down like it wants to be dug up. And it's super shiny. But we'll take it to him. My vision grows dim, I hear angels. Good heavens, I think this is the end for me. If only my last wish had been granted and a sweet melon spud had been. Hold that thought. That succulent aroma, those crunchy seeds. By my knickers, it's a melon spud. Holy crud. That was impressive. Ho ho, well done, old bean. That melon spud has given me an injection of youthful vim and vigor. You went to great trouble to dig up that melon spud for me, yes? In that case, I would humbly request the pleasure of your name. So Volantes, is it? Well then, Volantes, it appears that I am in your debt. I am Professor Nigel Scatterly, a man of science and curator of the Calios Museum on Cranial Isle. I am a huge fan of Professor Nigel Scatterly. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this game, so much so that I even give him a supporting role in my Pokemon fanfiction. Yeah, I like him that much. I'd come here in search of the Calios slablets, but somehow managed to get hopelessly lost. Also, I forgot my lunch on the counter when I left this morning, so it's quite good that you came along. Now what's that Calios slablet he mentioned? You want me to explain what Calios slablets are? I do indeed. Capital idea. There's little I enjoy more than discussing the wonders of science, after all. Yes, well, where to begin? Calios slablets, you see, are a curious set of tablets hewn from dinosaur bones. I discovered one of these tablets a fair while back and found it contained a history of these islands. The tablet claimed the long-lost kingdom of Caliostio actually existed on this very spot. Can you imagine? I also determined this ancient kingdom was led by a mighty ruler named Zonga Zonga. Bit of an odd name, if you ask me. Now it seems this Zonga Zonga fellow was some manner of sorcerer who wielded spells of great power. He even had the power to resurrect dinosaurs from fossils. I say, can you imagine? Such a thing means they were reviving Vivosaurs in prehistoric times. Naturally, I burned to learn more of this ancient people, but I only had Calios slablet number 1 in my possession. However, since they bothered to number the one I found, logic demanded that there must be others. So knowing this, I fashioned a special CS sonar to search them out, CS standing for Calios slablet, of course. Hello, what's this then? It seems the CS sonar has detected another slablet. Stand aside, I must excavate it with all due speed. Oh sod, it seems I forgot more than my lunch today. My poor shovel has also been left behind. Step lively now, Volantes, for it falls to you to unearth this buried slablet. Do it for science. Oh ho, the CS sonar claims the slablet lies buried at my feet, just under the old nose, if you will. Alright, it should be right about here. Not what I was expecting. I got a new fossil rock. What luck. Come on. In front. Oh, right there. Right here. There it is. There's the Calios slablet. Good heavens, it is a Calios slablet, and look, it's marked with the number 3. I suppose the prudent thing to do would be to set this one aside until I find the second slablet. Well, posh to that, my scientific curiosity will not be contained. Come, old bean, let us free whatever wisdom waits to be heard, sorry. Alright, let's see now. Ah yes, quite, here we are. Once every several decades, Zonga Zonga compelled his people to hold a tournament. Participants in the tournament were given revived dinosaurs and made to command them in battle. These brave warriors traveled to and fro across the islands, waging battles of gargantuan ferocity. The tournament's sole reason for being was to choose a new majestic vessel, and when only one warrior was left standing, he or she would become the new majestic vessel. I say, a contest in which dinosaurs are made to fight across the 3 islands. The similarity to our own Calios Cup is remarkable. However, I am at a loss to explain the meaning of this majestic vessel. Perhaps it simply means one who has qualities of leadership that befit a king? Yes, quite. Well, we'll find out more as the story progresses, viewers. Well then, I suppose that mystery will have to wait until the other Calios slablets are discovered, yes? I shall make for Cranial Isle with this new slablet post-haste. You've been of remarkable assistance to me, Volantes. Both myself and science owe you a great deal. If you ever find yourself upon the shores of Cranial Isle, you must stop by my museum. It is a gallery and depository of items both rare and wonderful, and I promise it will not disappoint. And of course, I will put this here Calios slablet number 3 on display next to the first one I found. Safe travels now, tally-ho! Excuse me. You're going to the jungle. Yes, well, that wouldn't do at all, now would it? It seems I'm in your debt yet again, Volantes. This time it is farewell for sure. Tally-ho! Alright, that was Professor Nigel Scatterly. Now, for the record, those Calios slablets he talks about are in fact rather similar to the 4 tacky idols or sub-idol comps in the original game. There are 4 of them, first of all, and they play a pretty big role in the story later on. Now, let's get to fossil hunting, shall we? In this forest, we can encounter a bunch of new Vivisaurs, including two Vivisaurs that have rather unique fossil rocks, I should say. They're called curious fossil rocks, and more about them later. That's a jewel rock there. I rather like the music here, too. Really interesting music. Oh, 2 more. Take this guy up. It's a new fossil rock. Where could it be? Right on top of it. And yeah, that's a new curious fossil rock. And you can break apart items like in the original game, but they don't give you a lot of money. They only give you about 10 G each, which is unfortunate, but don't worry, there are plenty of jewel rocks to be dug up around the island. So, deeper into the jungle we go. Hey, 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 hey! Sounds like Corfish from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. Hey, Volantes, are you digging hard or hardly digging? Look, I have some good news. If we go deeper into the jungle labyrinth, there's tons of cool fossil rocks. And since we're both here, I figured we could go digging together. What a nice idea indeed. What's this? Uh-oh. What's wrong? It's not another wild Allosaurus, is it? Back there, in the back, it's a horrible monster. It was chasing us like it was gonna eat us whole. Or maybe it wanted to chew us first. But either way, that's not something I'm interested in. What if it decides to keep chasing us? What if it comes here? Run away! Don't worry, I've played Monster Hunter Tri-Ultimate. I'll slay it. Just give me a long sword or a pair of dual blades and I'm good to go. They must have been mistaken. Yeah, that's it. Todd, you can already tell he's getting scared. Now see here, folks, but I gotta disagree. Ain't no way 2 grown men make the same mistake. Uh-huh. Rockin' Billy. Way I hear it, we got a big ol' monster lurking in this here jungle. Monster's got a mean ol' face and a personality to match. And if it happens to find it, it'll bite your little head clean off. I'd avoid going any deeper into this old jungle unless you want to get yourself hurt, uh-huh. Fossil rocks don't mean nothing if some monster gets to chewing on you. Nice hair. Say, Volantes, maybe we should just stop for today. What do you think? I mean, it's not because I'm scared or anything. My Vivisaur could stomp that monster into a pancake. But there's probably tons of good fossil rocks right here. Of course, no, I want to find out more about this monster. I'll go with you, but it's just that... Right on cue. Oh, my stomach, it's killing me. I shouldn't have eaten that green tuna fish sandwich for lunch. Sorry, but can you go on by yourself? I'll catch up soon, I promise. So, there's a monster lurking in the jungle. Anyway, we've got some fossil rocks to dig up. Got a jewel rock. A new fossil rock. Now, there are some pretty useful Vivisaurs to be found in this jungle. Vivisaurs I've found and used before are Crypto, Coatolus. Yes, you can get Coatolus. Also, Nigo, Nycto, and Stego. And Nycto is the one that I am actually looking for. I already have this rock. For new players new to the series, I'd highly recommend trying to find Nigo, because he is a really good Earth type. He's a sauropod, which means he has a lot of attack and a lot of LP. Ooh, that's a new fossil rock for sure. And yeah, only thing about Nigo is that he enters battle asleep, and that's not a good thing. Although it's only for the first turn, so you just can't use him on the first turn, that's all. Now, I'm going to head back to the Terribular Town and clean these fossil rocks. Then we will go deeper into the jungle labyrinth and try to find that monster and see if we can't defeat it. And free the jungle from its reign of terror. Anyway, into the fighter station we go. Hey, you there! You're Volantes, right? I watched your round 1 match. Very entertaining. You're green as can be, but still I see potential in you. Oh, sorry. The name's Ned. Ned Tudor. I am the youngest of the 3 Tudor brothers. Ever heard of us? No? Sounds like I gotta get out more. Oh, and do you like the beard? I've been working on it for a while now, and it's pretty lush. Yes, well, enough about whatever we were talking about. Beat me in battle, and I'll teach you a vital digging skill. Well, are you up for it? Of course, always up for a fossil battle. Okay, this guy has 2 air types. This guy's got Igua, which is a close-range, large class, with rather decent attack power. Not a lot of defense, though. And just look at him up there on the top screen. He's got his fists held up in front of his face, looking all ready to go. And then next is Redox. And Redox is something I've started using quite a bit in my master file, because I just got my Redox up to rank 20, and I'm using it alongside the other 2 of his particular trio. Redox is a mid-range, small class, and not as good stats as Igua. He's got slightly better defense, but not as good attack. His speed's a lot better, and his health is better as well. He also has a rather decent support effect, but otherwise, he really isn't anything to worry about. Now, as per the battle we had with Todd, I'm going to be sticking Tricera up in the front to act as a sort of meat shield, while these 2 fire away from the support zones because of their mid-range class. Anyway, the battle against Ned Tudor is a go. Alright, we'll be moving first. Don't attack Redox on the first 2 turns. He has the Counter Plus ability. Up on the top screen, the commentators are saying, looks like Redox came ready to battle. Yep. Redox did indeed come ready to battle. He has as I said, he's got the Counter Plus ability, which gives him counter status. And what counter status does is that it has a chance of reflecting your attack right back at you. So it's interesting. Igwa shouldn't be too hard to defeat, but Redox, I don't want to get my attack reflected right back at me. So we'll give him a Dimetro Fang. And critical hit. Igwa is down in 1 hit. That is pretty good. And we will switch so that Goyle is up in front. That way, Tricera won't be attacked by Redox. Or never mind. He still gets attacked by Redox with Redox Headbutt. Now, I'm going to attack him anyway. Let's give him Goyle Combo. Let's take down that Trilobite. Oh no! 0 damage, counter! Ouch, that hurt. So yeah, you just saw the counter ability firsthand. Another Redox Headbutt. I really like Redox's design. I mean, look at those blades all over him. They look awesome. Redox is definitely my favorite of the Trilobite trio. The Triobite. The Trillo Tree. I don't know. Just thinking up weird names on the spot. And Redox's defenses are pretty good. Didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. Another Redox Headbutt. Alright, we'll get the little insect. One more Goyle Combo should do it. Sidelong Ram, and then a Tail Swing. And there goes Redox. Unfortunately, we don't get any points for that, but we do get another different reward.